All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you again for all the great commentary up on the channel. Thank you for asking your questions, and for all of those of you that are answering the questions, thank you as well. Love it. I hope all of you are doing well. So in this video, we're going to try to take a look here at the Season 2 Reactivate Nuclear Furnace event. It's going to be a little hard to show all of it because there's a portion I had to record a couple days ago, and we had to figure out exactly how best to present this information to you. I've already recorded like 3 or 4 of these, and there's like a bloopers reel. It's great. Anyways, let's zoom in here so we can see the interface. So in Season 2, here on Server 33, we are in Week 5. This is the last day of Week 5. Tomorrow, which will be Monday, September 16th, we are going to start Week 6. Now, as part of Week 5, we had this Reactivate the Nuclear Furnace event open up. And you can see right on the main screen here that it looks like something's going to attack us. I'm going to call these Godzillas right now. And so these beasts generically are going to attack us. So we have these beast tracks where you have to kill 4 of these. We'll take a look at the instructions in a minute. And then across your grouping, you will basically compete amongst the other war zones to reactivate your furnace and get it to 100%. And we'll talk about that as well. And yes, we came in last. So let's tap the info icon. First things first, the nuclear furnace was captured. Now that was the equivalent of the capital conquest that was in Season 2 you had prior to that. That's where the alliances within your server that hold a level 6 land can compete for the capital or the nuclear furnace as it is in Season 2. So that was done in Week 4, and then all of a sudden when that was done, it awoke these beasts, and they're going to come and attack. They're a major threat. So there are going to be 4 of them. They're going to appear from the 4 corners of the map. They're going to move through cities towards the nuclear furnace. You can't attack them when they're on the move, but if they stop at a city that has been captured by an alliance, they will attack it, and you can fight back. When they attack on a city, alliance members of that city can send troops to defend, so you can garrison the city. Successfully defending against them will keep the city safe from damage. So what that means is they're going to attack the city. You need to garrison that city to protect it, or the city is going to be damaged. Now, none of our cities in AOA were attacked, so I'm really not sure what that means for the city. There were a couple. I just don't know the ramifications of it. Daily attacks are limited and at reset from 0-100 hours server time. So that, I believe you'll get 5 attacks per day. It's just like the world boss that will reset daily at 0-100 server time, which is 0200 hours UTC. And so you can attack these things whenever they stop at the city. So not only can the alliance that holds the city garrison in that city, but others on the server can also attack them. If you defend their attack against the city, it won't reduce its HP. So what that means is, it means if you're garrisoning the city to protect the city and not attacking it, you're not going to hurt it. Kind of makes sense. And unfortunately, as they move through the land, they are going to decrease your progress towards turning back on and activating the nuclear furnace. So you have to make sure you kill these things quickly. Now, I'm going to tell you, these things are nasty. So I went and attacked them, and I think I had like 7,000 troops in the hospital. They are brutal, and that's T10 troops. So these things are quite strong, and it's going to take a lot of your alliance to actually kill any one of them, and certainly all 4. And the last thing you want to do is have one of them make it all the way to the nuclear furnace, because if it does, that now compromises your progress even further. So the whole event is going to start out with these beasts showing up, and you are going to need to kill them. They are going to travel through the land. You can only kill them when they stop to attack a city. If you are the holder of that city, then you are going to want to defend and garrison that city. Meanwhile, at the same time that they're traveling through the land, you can also start to reactivate your nuclear furnace. But let's take a look at one more thing around these beasts here. So as they show up, this tab, Beast Tracks, will show you where the 4 of them are. And so at this point, right, we've killed them. You can see we killed them all on the 10th or the 11th of September. But you could end up tapping and you can go see where it is and you could attack it. You also see here the final person, the commander that had that final attack that killed the beast. And that's what this record is showing. It's not showing all attackers here. We can also look at ranking. And ranking will be broken down into 2 things. First off, it will be broken down into contributions to restart and build the nuclear furnace, which is what we're seeing here. And this is across all war zones in your grouping. And then damage dealt. Damage dealt is going to be the damage that was dealt by ranking to those beasts. You can see the ranking rewards for damage dealt here. It would be the top 10 would get rewards. And I don't think this is going to show any difference. Nope. Okay, yeah. So the top 10 are going to have, in terms of contributions to restart the nuclear furnace on their server, there is this set of rewards. So not bad, but here's a gotcha. So when this started, you could send troops to the furnace and it didn't cost you any stamina. Then, maybe like a day in or 2, they released a patch, so all of a sudden it started costing you 5 stamina. So some of these folks, and I think server like 25 had their furnace up and running in like the first day. Well, they kind of got it easy. I think it was a little unfair because they didn't have to spend any stamina if you heavily, contributed to restart a nuclear furnace in that first day or 2. Oh well, it is what it is. We can also go ahead and tap right here on go, and that would take you to nuclear furnace. Now at this point we have hit 100% for ours, and we have turned it on. That just takes me back to that menu. If you were to tap that before, it would tell you you have more progress to go. So when you're working on actually trying to reactivate the nuclear furnace, you will tap this green circle with that truck icon there, and then you'll pick a squad to send to the furnace. I recommend that if you can, the best way to do this is to teleport to the contaminated land just north or anywhere near the furnace itself. Be mindful that you can be attacked, but that will let you send troops back and forth most quickly. Otherwise, you saw there, I was going to send a troop squad out and it was going to take 20 minutes. So that's as easy as it is. It just takes a long time. I was seeing every 4 of my squads that I sent to the nuclear furnace, it was increasing at 0.01%. So imagine how long that's going to take, right? It's going to take your entire server to reactivate your furnace. And it doesn't matter which alliance you are or not in an alliance. It doesn't matter which alliance is holding the furnace. Everybody can tap the furnace and then tap that truck icon and send a squad off on march. Okay, so it is that simple. You want to get to 100%. You want to try to be top in the ranking for the war zone. And when you get started, you're going to have to kill the beasts. So now I'm going to pause and I'm going to jump to some video. Hopefully I can record this okay that I took earlier when this all started. So let's see how that goes. One moment. Okay, this video was taken back on September 10th. So what you see going on here is we have all teleported to near the furnace. And of course, it's like minus 70 degrees Celsius there. So we're trying to keep each other warm. And we're just sending the planes back and forth for that. And in a moment, we should see some action here. Okay, so you can see how many from our server are all located around the furnace. That's exactly what it is. You tap that truck icon. It's kind of a pain when you got this many people. Tap it, you send your squads in. You can see I'm now sending my squads along with everybody else. We're at what percentage there? 20, I think it was. Let's see. So you can see how many folks are here. And that was nothing. I mean, you need really your whole server. Make sure you manage your base temperature, because every time you send the squad out, it's going to -3 degrees Celsius. If you are an ice castle, that is a great thing, or an eternal frost castle, or whatever they call it now. So we continue to keep each other warm. We continue to send squads. Of course, it's on contaminated land, so they travel really slow. It does not matter, to the best of my knowledge that I saw, exactly how strong the squad was. I don't think there's really any difference there. I could be wrong. There's nothing that indicates one way or the other that I could find. There are reports that come in the mail. I don't have any to show you at this time, unfortunately. So there we go. We're up to, it wasn't 20%. It was, I think it was like 2.1 or 2. We're up to 3.32%. So long ways to go here. So in a minute, this video is going to shift to attacking the beasts, the Glaciaridons, or Godzillas, I'm going to call them. So we can see this was early on, right? The progress across all the different war zones. We killed the first one. Now we got to go kill the second one. So there it is. It has landed, arrived at a city that's held by an alliance. It's attacking that city. I already used all my attacks for the day, so I was not able to attack it. I had attacked the first one. And so that pretty much concludes this portion of the video. You can see how I'm getting professional experience here. So each time you do send a squad to reactivate the furnace, you are going to get, I believe it's 400 professional experience. So that's not bad. At least you get something. All right, so I just teleported here because I just wanted to see if this would give me any information in the mail if I send a squad. So let's just see what happens. Again, it doesn't matter as far as I know what squad you send. We're going to go ahead and patiently wait for the travel time here to the nuclear furnace. Of course, the furnace is at 100%, so I'm also not sure what's going to happen. Your furnace will be in protection stage through the entire duration of the season after the initial capture by one of the alliances that holds level 6 land. Okay, so, and you can see you don't get hurt at all when you do this. Did that give me any mail under season? No, it didn't, and that's what I thought. So, should you have sent a squad to the furnace, you would get a mail here under season. I don't think event shows anything, no. Okay. It will cost you 5 stamina. And basically keep doing that until you get your furnace to 100%. Now, one thing we thought was going to happen, let me actually not quite zoom out yet. See how this is still -70? We thought when we activated the furnace that that was going to warm up land around the server. And as far as I can tell, it hasn't. So it's still very, very cold here. I am decreasing in base temperature right now. So I'm going to have to cut the video here, go teleport back so I don't freeze and turn into an ice cube and then can't move anymore. That would be pretty embarrassing, I would think. And we have a blizzard coming up in a little bit. So that is the Reactivate Nuclear Furnace event as part of Season 2. You can see here Rare Soil War is going into Showdown now, and we'll take a quick peek at that. Right, as the Rare Soil War heats up, right, the factions are ramping up their efforts to seize it. So the battle has reached its peak, and now it could take a lot more losses if you are on the defending side and don't succeed. So let's see what happens on that coming up in week 6. Smash that like button, subscribe, and drop me a comment, folks.